first I would like to condole with say here. I know we have been with him here yesterday, and today is when we managed to do the postmortem. And I think it was quite tough to be able to do this postmortem, what happened yesterday. And also for the families, I was really touched by what has happened to the family. I know it's not easy if you leave somebody at that age. First, second, I'd like to apologize. I think yesterday with Mzee here, traveling 200 kilometers from home, he was here with us the whole day. We were to do the postmortem yesterday, but the postmortem was delayed and delayed and delayed. Even today, the postmortem was delayed. I think that is something which cannot pass without being talked about, because I think the postmortem was delayed and we didn't understand exactly where the postmortem was delayed because it was so tough. And also, I just considered the number of hours we wasted here. I think the lawyer was here, was calling me from 8, and I'd like to thank you for what you've been doing since morning, yesterday, and the actual commitment and dedication you had to this family, because we spent time here from 8, and the advocates were leaving here at least by 7 yesterday, being here with the family and condoling and the comrades. I think last evening we had a sort of something which the comrades or the friends of Albert wanted. And that's why sometimes it's not very good, because it is not the lack of doctors we have in this country, it's not the lack of forensic pathology we have in this country, it's actually the commitment for the doctors. Because I think today it was so sad when I came, the postmortem was postponed again, we do it tomorrow. It was so sad. But we struggled, and I thank God that we have done it today. Now, something very important is that my name is Dr. Geoffrey Mutuma. I was the chief government pathologist, and I used to do the postmortem here in 1997, 1998. I'm not new in this game. But what I've seen and the road I've seen, it is just disturbing, because yesterday I was very disturbed when somebody was to say that actually postmortem is not an urgent matter. And that was very disturbing, because I think from there, and anybody who has lost his family member, anybody who actually has lost a child at that age, he wants that report to be done yesterday, because for him it's emergency. So I apologize again, and what to do in future is actually to make sure that actually the postmortem are done as fast as possible, so that you release the family, you release the press. I know people of the press yesterday spent the whole day here waiting for the report, and they went off with nothing. That's a lot of time wasted, and that it did not any explanation. That's why I demand the Minister of Health to explain to us why was that delay. Was there need for that delay, and was there need for that delay which happened even today when we are here by 8 and we start the person by 10. That's not fair for all of us. As I finish, Albert, we did the postmortem. We have 5 pathologists. We all agreed on the outcome of that postmortem. We checked all over his body. We checked his skin. It was quite okay, but there were a lot of injuries. When we went deep in the skin, there were a lot of injuries in the skin. Actually, the skin, the injuries were almost everywhere in the body. There were injuries in the neck. There were injuries in the back. In fact, the injuries were the back were very bad, because when we examined inside, we found that actually the injuries were very serious and very deep and inflicted with a lot of force, because there was bleeding inside the skin, which we could not see. And then the thing is that actually Albert had no disease at all, because we checked each and every organ. He had no disease at all. And then when we checked where we found a lot of his injuries, they were around the head. The whole head was full of blood. The whole head. On top of the head, we normally call it scalp, it was full of blood. And then when we checked inside that blood, went inside his brain. So the cause of death of Albert is because of head injury caused by blunt trauma, and he had signs of neck oppression, apart from the multiple injuries which were all over the body. So I think from there, I think very important is that I will be able to write a report which will be very detailed for the lawyer. As the major important thing for us pathologists, we write the report to the lawyer. Of course, there's a report for the police which will be, we would sign all of us. That is a report which is for the police, and the police will be able to use it later in prosecution. But us, as a pathologist, have a commitment to write a report to the family through the lawyers, so that they can be able to interrogate the report and they'll be able to present it in court. When I'm supposed to come to court, I'll come there and give the evidence still using the same report which I'll be able to give to the lawyers of the family. This report, it will not take a long time, but I need to add each and every aspect which we found. It will be documented and in details. Now, we have already taken some specimens for toxicology. They are not that very important, but we need to check if there's anything which happened to Albert. But we know the cause of death is actually the injury which were there. But we want to check, was there anything else which was given, because it's always very important. Thank you very much.
Whether it's legal, medical, together with IMLO, so we are available to give any support until justice is served. Many cases, when these things happen, people tend to move on after the media event. But from our side, we are committed to ensure that everything is well done. And those people who think they are very powerful and they cannot be out to account, we will ensure that our also be occupied, but they are also able to account. And this culture of killing people in the country also must stop, because it has been a pattern for many years. So our fullest support up to the end of this thing. We are in this up to the point justice is going to be served. It doesn't matter how long, because we have been also in these cases, some of it even takes like many years. So we are here to stay and to offer all the support.
My name is Wangeshi Grace. I'm the Executive Director of IMLO. IMLO has been together with Mzee in this process from the beginning. We spent the whole of yesterday here. We had our own pathologist who was also part of the 5 pathologists that were in the process. I also was there with 3 of my colleagues, and the police reforms working group has also been part of this process. We just want to say a couple of things. Number one, we are demanding that every individual officer who is found culpable must face the must face the full course of justice. We're also calling for command responsibility. Whoever gave instructions, whoever gave any orders, be it to arrest, be it to torture Albert, has to face the law. And we want to say, we cannot continue with these arbitrary arrests. That when a Kenyan speaks, when a Kenyan expresses themselves, they are arrested for no reason, and there's absolutely no reason for torture. In fact, torture is outlawed, and Kenya has signed that it will never torture its citizens. So it's a shame to have witnessed Albert's, it's very painful to have witnessed the autopsy of Albert and to see how tortured he was, and to know that he died a very painful death. We do really want to condole with Mzee and to state that we are supporting every process, including we are doing our own follow-up tests, toxicology and other tests, just to rule out that other things may not have happened. So we will not rest until justice is served. And arbitrary arrest, torture, execution and forced disappearances have to end. We are saying there can never be any more. Thank you, young people, for being so standing in solidarity with the family. Thank you, young people and the media, for going out to amplify this situation and to state to Kenya that we are tired. We are really tired of these killings.
The execution, the action is very clear. So it is murder, and murder must be done by a specific person. So let no one cheat us about this matter, about these things they're saying, oh, self-abduction, you need to head of the world. Let no one dissuade us, but I'm asking everybody out there to help the family to mourn. It's a time to support the family in any way you can support them. I'm sure you have already done a lot already, the media fraternity, all the young people. You have really been insisting, even when you are there. They're the one who said yesterday, do it now. And their person of being now are like the young energy. They don't wait. For us, we can say, let's wait tomorrow, but now or never. And the pathologist has confirmed that it was supposed to have been done yesterday, and it is an emergency. So in future, let no one tell you wait. It must be done now or never.
Okay, let me say something, and then Wangeshi will also say. My name is Davis Magombe, Executive Director, Kenya Human Rights Commission. I want to confirm.
But the results of the autopsy that has been conducted this afternoon show that the injuries that led to the death of our friend could not have been inflicted by self upon himself. They were certainly inflicted by somebody, and that the question of who inflicted these injuries, the family begs to know who indeed inflicted these injuries on the body of their son to lead to him succumbing to such injuries. That will leave to the investigative agencies, the various bodies that carry out investigations on this subject, and we'll be happy that the family is made to know who did this and for what purpose and to what end. I would like to leave it now because we were accompanied in the room by family doctor, Dr. Mutuma, who is best placed to give us details about the injuries that we saw. All of us were in that room for nearly 4 hours, and we saw what we saw. But with our lay eyes, we cannot say what those things that we saw meant. Therefore, kindly allow me to give the chance to the doctor to also speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Wakili. I think first I'll
Change position.